Today's video is a quick energy check-in, a little bit of guidance so that you can navigate through the incoming energies of the full moon of today, the end of Mercury retrograde, where it's taking us, that fire and water and the alchemy that's available to us should we choose to use it. Let's get into it. Hi and welcome to Oaklaw Door. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so the full moon today, the full pink moon in Scorpio. In Scorpio is all about transformation. It's all about depth and passion and really digging in deep, turning over those mossy stones that nobody wants to look at, with Aries, which is fire, which is another passion, but it's a fiery passion. It's a let's do this. And so when you look at the tarot cards, you've got the magician and he has all the elements available to him. But if you look at the energy oracle deck, you've also got the magician that holds the fire and water, fire in one hand, water in the other, and it's a balancing of those two very powerful elements with the energies of the full moon, with the last of the Mercury retrograde that finishes in 2 days' time on the 25th. And when I tapped into these energies, there's two things coming up. One, it reminded me of a couple of years ago when I did my firewalkers instructor training, and it took me a long time. And if you watch my videos, you'll know this. It took me a long time to have a deeper understanding of myself when it came to working within me with the elements of fire and water. Obviously, being a Scorpion, I'm that water sign, and then that fire element, and knowing the sheer power of both of them, and really deeply understanding or beginning to understand the dance of reciprocity between these two elements. And these are the elements that are with us today. Along with other planetary alignments, and depending on your birth chart, your own astrology. I'm no astrologer, so bear with. I feel into the energies, but we do have this going on. Now, the one thing, having these two here with us, having these energies with us, what I was shown was one, obviously Mercury retrograde. When we're in Mercury retrograde, it brings back all those elements of ourselves that we've not yet accepted or embraced, or we need to look at, or we need to release. We need to be introspective of, take the lessons, take the gems, leave the rest, let it go, release it. Full moon, it's all about releasing. So it's going to be a very powerful one if it's not already been, because obviously those energies don't just come in on the full moon. They come in, I always think 48 hours. Other people say longer, but I always take, some people say 3 days, 4 days. I always take the kind of 2-day window either side. So we've got these energies here. Let's not forget that it's only a month since, and it's a month to the day today, that we had the eclipse that brought in some powerful energies as well. When I tuned into these energies, there's two things kind of that really kind of spirit alerted me to. One, it almost feels like the energies are going to be very karmic. Now, before you all go, oh no, if you've not put out any negative karmic cycles, you've got nothing to worry about. What's actually going to be happening is it's like it feels like the turn of the wheel, and it's turning now to adjust us, to move us, to shift us forward even further, to give us even more momentum onto our north nodes. Now, if you've been walking in your south node, then those energies are going to come back, and it's not punishment. It is a lesson to get you to look at the choices that you've made and where you can actually make changes to actually start living the life that you want, that is your path, without trying to miss out steps. There are stepping stones here. And if you, for those that know that they have not been their best versions of themselves, let's put it that way, what they have reaped, they will sow. Or what you, I'll get that around the right way. What you have sown, you will reap. But it's not, don't look at it as a punishment. This is not a them and us. This is not, I'm not saying that without compassion. I'm saying that use these energies as a way of turning yourself around. Use these energies. If you've been harsh with somebody, for example, if you were harsh with your tone, with your words, if you've said something inappropriately, or you've lied about somebody, then this is an opportunity. And it feels like the eclipse, it was like a window, and we've still got that little bit of window. It's the opportunity to kind of give them a call and to say, this is what I did, and I'm sorry. It's about taking that responsibility and accountability. Now, if you're somebody that has been sowing a lot of positive seeds, again, that wheel is turning, and we're going to start to see that come into fruition as well. So it's very much about where you have been at energetically, what you have been doing in your life, and what you're willing to take ownership of. Now, and I say this because the second part that Spirit showed me was the Lionsgate. Now, again, if you follow me, you know that I always, coming up to the Lionsgate, I usually do a big video, because it's something that I attune to in a very big way, and I get lots and lots of information come through that. Now, last year, I can remember, it was kind of like releasing the bags. Coming up to Lionsgate, it was like walking across a bridge and releasing those bags, letting go of what no longer serves us, creating the space so that we can embody those energies. This year, it feels very much like a sweep up, if that makes any sense. It's the only way I have the images I see, and I kind of hear, and I'm very aware that I don't want to put my own interpretation on what I'm being given. It feels like it is a clearing and cleansing. We've got these months, and I think this is why Mercury Retrograde, I've been told, that's a habit that I always say, and I apologize for that. I've been told by my team that the Mercury Retrograde and all these planetary alignments and the alignments of the moons and the phases and everything that's going on currently is one, so that we can release what no longer serves. We can start to be redirected, if we needed to, onto our north node. And two, it's a cleanup of those karmic cycles, a letting go, a moving out, and within those karmic cycles there are going to be contracts. Some of those contracts were divine, or supposed to have been divine, but because of free will, those contracts became null and void. But it's, how can I put this? Some of those people that whose actions made those contracts null and void are still hanging on to those contracts in the spiritual realm, going, yeah, but I have this contract. These energies that are coming in, I have been shown that they're a clear indication that those contracts are null and void. The divine, the creator, God, whatever you subscribe to, is actually going, you had your chance, you made your choices, it's ended. That's why it's going to feel very, very hard for a lot of people. But it's also going to remove shackles and chains for a lot of other people. And that's why I say we've got a massive opportunity. We've got a not a huge window, but it, you know, there's a lot we can do between now and August to get ourselves in the maximum position to do the inner work on our mental programs and habits that don't serve us, on our energetic bodies, get them aligned, do that work. And I'm just put out a series. They started going out today, they're going out daily, of shamanic chakra activation recordings. Use them if it feels like it may resonate with you. They are very powerful. Even I don't mean to blow my own whistle, but even when I've recorded them and I've worked with spirit, and then when I've listened back to them, and then I've been scribbling away in my journal, and then I kind of take a breath afterwards, and I'm like, wow, that was powerful. It's creating big shifts. Do the work on your emotional body. I know nobody likes going back, especially with the inner child, especially for those of you that, like myself, we came here, well, we all come here with a purpose. We all come with a mission. We are all important. I don't want to take that away. But there are some of us that kind of had to deal with really challenging situations energetically from a very young age. And so doing the inner child work, you can kind of think it's very easy to put it off, because you think, really, I know that's going to take a lot of time, that's going to take a lot of energy, I've got X, Y, and Z, and it's very easy to put everything else in the way of and importance to, rather than doing the inner child work. But that inner child work needs to be done, because it doesn't matter how much work you do on your energetic body, aligning your chakras, if you've not cleared out the yuck that triggers those mental programs, that keeps you in that loop and kickstarts yet another cycle of the same habits and patterns that may not even be yours, they may be ancestral. If you don't do that work, everything else you do is going to be a waste of time. You need to be doing your mind, body, soul, emotional body, energetic body in unison. Clear it all out, get it aligned, and then it's your job to maintain it as we get closer and closer to that Lionsgate portal, because that Lionsgate portal this year is the 888 portal. That in itself is not massive. We often have this whenever we're in an H year, we then get that 888. That is a cycle, but it's a cycle that is bringing through powerful energy. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. What I have been told is it is creating monumental shifts, and everything that we're going through, whether it feels good, bad, or ugly at the moment, is to prepare us so that we have a clean and clear vessel to be able to take in those downloads, assimilate those downloads, and then take action from those downloads. So I hope that helps. As I said, it's the full moon tonight. Take some time, release what you know needs to be released. Take some time to journey or meditate, to ask your guides, to ask your higher self, to ask the divine God what else needs to be removed from you because it no longer serves and it's taking up space. That's what the full moon does. And it does it this time using the elements of fire and water. So we can burn away what no longer serves. And we can dig deep emotionally into what that is. It can be a magical combination, or it can be a heart-wrenching one. You get to choose. It's up here. How are you going to choose to experience these energies? Are you going to go, okay, I want to step towards my North Node. I want to make the changes, and I am going to pull up my big girl pants and big boy pants and do what is needed that will allow me to step onto that pathway. I'm going to take ownership of my ish. I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. And I know those three words are the ones that nobody ever wants to hear because it's so much easier to put the blinkers on and go through life. But is it really? Is it really? Because those people that you think, oh, wow, they're so happy, and they're genuinely happy, even if they have absolutely nothing, it's because they have taken responsibility and accountability for their life experience. They're walking towards their North Node if they're not already in it. If you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, give me your comments. I love reading your comments, and share with your friends. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.